What's up, y'all? It's Izzy, and if I had a dime for every time that I've tried to film this video or this series of videos, I could have paid for my bus probably 3 times over. But if I look like I'm in pain today, that's because, well, I kind of am, but I'm not really, so I don't really know. It's just like I don't feel well. So you don't care about my digestive tract, you care about the topic of this video today, which I am now realizing I am not prepared to film at all because I don't have any of the tools around me because they're all over there where I normally film, but I filled my seat full of crap. So excuse me, and by excuse me I mean I'll be right back and you guys will never know I'm gone. Look at that, I am right back where I started. The thing I hate most about this is that I film these videos and I say beautiful things before, and then I like those things that I say because they were succinct, like they were just right, they hit the point, like right on the dot. And then I forget to say something, or then I do something foolish like delete the video because I said I wasn't gonna use the video. Don't know where the video went. Was it a long time ago that I filmed that video? I don't know. Nonetheless, I'm refilming it because it has to be out this week and I don't have time to look for it. So bear with me, you guys. Today we are talking about how I decided to frame out the walls, and there's a lot going on behind me. I was hoping it would distract you from how far along we are in the build versus how far along I am telling you all we are along in the build on my Skoolie build videos. So basically, how did I frame the walls? How did I choose to frame the walls the way I did? This should be a 5-minute video, but I am taking forever to explain it because that's just who I am. It's just my branding. Should be a warning before you get onto my channel. But I decided to just take the metal panels off the walls, of course, talked about that in my demo video, and just put some 2x2s, which is what I call them. I split 2x4s because in my opinion it's cheaper that way, or at least when I calculated it was cheaper. And I feel like all the 2x2s at my local hardware store were either furring strips or pressure treated, and I didn't want either of those things inside of here, so I just have some white wood. Because they don't really have to be structural because the bus itself is already structural and you're just adding to that structure, more or less. If you can't tell, right here there is one of the pieces of strapping, but if you go up past that, there is said beam, and that's what the beams go all the way from the floor all the way up to the ceiling and across to the other side. Isn't that beautiful? So those are the structural beams in the bus, so I just decided to take advantage of those structural beams. I think a lot of people do that as well in their bus builds. Instead of building frames, like actual wall frames out in front of those, taking up space in your bus and kind of taking that 7'6" width and just eating away at that, which can make you feel claustrophobic. They just use the advantage of the depth of the walls that are already there, and adding about 1.5 inches to them. All I did to frame my walls, which I guess should really be called strapping instead, is put these up against the beam and screw them into place. If you're interested in knowing, if you're interested in knowing what I used, like what kind of screws I used, I just used these self-drilling screws. But yeah, I used these Tech Brands ones, the Brands ones, yeah, use these. They were super easy to use, but I would recommend if you are going to use them, like self-drilling screws, especially, that you invest in some sort of big like plug-in drill. I mean, it doesn't have to be this Milwaukee like this heavy duty thing, but it was helpful a lot. Just something that you can use that doesn't require batteries, because batteries like run down really easily, and if you're like me and you can't provide the correct pressure, and your family makes fun of you because it takes you like 5 tries to get a screw into the wall, because it's just, I don't know, you do what they're telling you to do and then it just falls, even though you know how to do it. You're just really nervous because they're watching you do it in the first place. I'm trying to decide if you guys like hearing my disaster parties or if you would just rather get to the point. So maybe this video is an experiment. And if this is the video that blows up, well, we know we done cracked the algorithm. That's basically the gist of it. You can actually see one of the screws in this one behind me. You just screw it straight into the wall. It's a fairly simple process. It doesn't require all this explanation and all of these this nonsense, I guess I should say. I don't think there's any more that I could say. Oh, the insulation that I used in between those is the rock wool. If anyone is curious, if you would like to know more about rock wool, I will leave a link in the description to the wonderful Belinda Carr, who talks about insulation. She does it so beautifully, and it makes so much sense when she talks about it. At least to me it did. So she was very helpful in helping me choose. And then I have a whole video on insulation that I just released Monday, and I will put that right there. Hey, you guys can go check out. It gives a little bit of just a spill on the different types of insulation and the insulations I decided to go with are at the very end. So we might have already known what insulation I went with, and it was just a spoiler. Oopsies. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you have a different way that you framed out your bust, please leave that below for people who are coming along who are framing out their bust, so they can take that information into consideration and choose what is the best way for them. Yeah, I should have put that disclaimer at the front of the video. There is not a right or a wrong way to do things in a bust most of the time. There is only like easier and more difficult ways, and that the paradigm of whether it is easy or difficult really does depend on you and your personal preferences. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna stop rambling, for this video is just nonsensically long, like always. And I will see you guys the next time, which will probably be tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. Bye.